All right, cool. Yay. Okay, good. All right, we're good everywhere. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. I don't know what the hell was going on. Like, usually I use my phone and then my main phone as, like, the going live on Instagram, and then I run my spare. I run it so that's like showing Instagram, and then I run that to the computer, which sends it out to Facebook and YouTube, and then they send me back like the data from like YouTube and Facebook, showing me like people's comments and stuff, so I can do both, right, or all three. I wish Instagram would like do something so that it sends it out to everything, or that at least it was, it's whatever. It's just overly complicated in my opinion. So, hey everybody, happy Friday. I hope y'all are doing good. So y'all can go ahead and start putting your questions in. I'm gonna go through my little disclaimer here, and then we're gonna get to getting. Okay. All right. So let's go there. All right, so my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you make in your life, you are, of course, 100% responsible and liable for. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. Your future is changeable. You can make different choices and decisions and take things in another direction. A lot of people do not realize that they can change their future and make things better, but you can. I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor. Okay, it's like something happened with the internet and it was saying like disconnected and then reconnected. So, okay. I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. For legal medical advice or treatments, please consult a licensed professional. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a physician or with the professional. If you receive guidance or information that you can validate, please share your story in the follow-up post so others can learn from your experience. If you appreciate these free lives, then give me a thumbs up, hearts, and send or tag someone who might need some help or a reading as well, because there's a lot of people out there who probably could use some support or guidance, and I'm totally down for that. If you don't want to wait and would like to try an e-reading or book a session with me, then go to my website, fernandomarron.com, which you can get to through the link in my bio. And last thing is, and make sure you're signed up to the newsletter on my newsletter. You can sign up on my website as well, because I'm always recapping and sending out an email every week that recaps everything that has been put out that week, and stuff that you can, like, in case you missed something or you didn't catch everything that I put out, it's all there. Like, put together for you. So that's what that's about. Make sure of me because I've seen this completely frozen across the board. Um, so I don't, obviously don't answer everybody's because there's so many questions. Um, there's so many questions. So I'm going to okay. So I'm going to making sure everything's working on this end here. Okay. All right. Like I lost my train of thought. Oh, ask me something specific. It's like just telling me like to read you or whatever. It does nothing, and I'm just gonna like look for questions. Like I'm looking for questions. I'm not looking for me. Like I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the questions. I'm gonna do half text and then half video. So if you want to come on in the video, and we use the videos for like the Ferny happy hour on YouTube, feel free to come on. Right down there, there's just two little people right there, little like symbol. Click that if you're on Instagram, and then you can request to be a video guest, and I'll pick a few of you towards the second half of the thing. On YouTube and Facebook, there's no option for that yet because they're just all not synced. So just FYI guys, okay? All right, so let me get started here because I need to get my energy aligned with what I need to do. And all of this is throwing me off. So let me start here. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple questions here. That's a lot of questions. Okay, so Escar, my wife and I are waiting on a check of hers to come in. Do you see when and if it will come in? Yes, I think it'll come in. I want to say it's like 2.5 weeks. So I think it might take a couple of weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. Part of that is because there may just be some disruption to services in the next week, which may delay things. But I feel like you should see it in about 2.5 weeks. I also think that it might have actually been late being sent out, or whoever was supposed to send it out just sent it out a little bit late. So the timeline I think is like not ideal for when it was originally supposed to go out. Okay. Hey guys, I know that some of you just want to connect to whoever in spirit. Like, give me a specific person just because at this time of the day, I'm literally like at the end of my energy level. And so trying to figure out extra details or extra things is just not going to happen. So I just need you to like be specific so that way I can like bounce. bounce. Because if I have to take jskatre.htx, any messages from my spirit guide? Yeah, so they got you in a vehicle. So I'm trying to figure out why they got me seeing you in a vehicle. There might be something that comes up. It's possible it's this year, like the end of this year. As I was originally thinking maybe it was at the end of next year, but it might be this year. That you need to be just aware of, that has to do with your vehicle or with a vehicle, where there might be an exchange or there may be an opportunity to take over some other vehicle, even though you may not need it. Don't overextend yourself, or don't like force yourself outside of your like capacity to sustain financial stability, just because they're like, no. So they're like wanting for you to be careful and just to not overdo it, even if you feel guilty or even if you feel bad, because it might be doing somebody else a favor. But there's a feeling of that around the end of this year. So they're kind of like giving you a heads up, okay? Por vida. Hi, Ferny. Please tell me, will my son get divorced now? My son-in-law turned out to be total trash. So remember what I said before, that I felt that they might spend some time apart, or they may kind of, have a little bit of a period where they're not together, or they take a break. This may be what I was seeing. Okay, there it goes. I'm still thinking that they're going to stay together, though. So I think they're going to continue on, even though I agree with you. But I think that your son is going to be the one that makes that decision. If he makes that decision and he chooses to stay, do not fight it, because if not, you will create a little bit of a separation between you and your son. You don't want to have that happen. But I do think they're going to take some time apart or take a break. But I agree with you. I think it's better off just for them too. But this may not have, by the way, this may not be the first time this has happened, just so you know. This may have come up before. So you may only be hearing about this for the first time. Rachel Z HTX, do you have any messages from my father? The 1-year anniversary of his death is coming up in a couple of days. Yes. So what's interesting is, I don't know why I'm seeing the rodeo, but I'm kind of seeing like cowboys and like a lasso and like doing this like with the lasso. So I don't know what that's about, but he's like doing this with the lasso, and I'm reminded of the rodeo. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging like a special mug or a special cup. Either you still have a mug or cup that's connected to him, or you might have bought one that reminds you of dad, but he's showing me something. It could also be a tumbler, but I'm thinking it's something like this. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I have a tumbler that I have from when I was back at Starbucks, and I still had it. It's like years old now, but I still have it. And so I still carry that. So that's what I'm reminded of. That's why I bring that up. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging the alignment of numbers. So you're going to see an alignment of numbers. So it's going to be like 111, 222. He says that that's a symbol from him as well. I also keep smelling smoke, but I want to say it smells like I don't know if it's smoking like cigars or cigarettes, or if it's just actually like hickory smoke. But I want to lean towards like a hickory smoke. So I don't know if he was big into barbecue or big into like grilling, but I kind of smell that. And sometimes when you smell that, that may be a sign from him that he's around you as well. He's also shown me the number 2. So February may also be connected, or the 2nd of a month may be connected. Okay. Tasha Mac 91. I was wondering if you have any messages from my best friend Linnea or Grandma Maria. Yeah, best friend. So your best friend, interestingly enough, she showed me a bunch of balloons. I almost am reminded of like Mother's Day balloons. So I don't know if you're a mother and she was wishing you a happy Mother's Day, or she was a mother and she's acknowledging acknowledging her kids, or wanting to reference that. Which I don't know what she would show me Mother's Day. I'm like, well, why don't you just show me the kids? But she's like showing me Mother's Day balloons, or like mother's best mother or whatever. So there's something there. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. There might be a picture, or there might be a like saying about being the princess or being the queen bee or something like that. And it might have it on like a shirt or some sort of an outfit that's a little bit entertaining, I guess you can call it that way. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. There might be a picture of y'all eating at a restaurant, which, I mean, you're best friends. I'm sure y'all have plenty of pictures of eating at a restaurant. But in this particular picture, I feel like you both look like sisters, because she's acknowledging you both looking like sisters, or you having similar, like, look, either y'all were the same thing or y'all look like twins in the picture. But there's a reference to that because she's acknowledging that as well. Yoli or Yolanda or Yola is also a connection as well. So she's either acknowledging that either someone there is named that, or she's saying hello to the person that's here that's named that. Okay. All right, let me bounce over here to YouTube because they're all like, "What do you need, Ferny? Like, read us, Ferny." Better. Well, save your lesson and let it go. Melflow, all the things are showing me that the vibrations are waving in my favor, but I'm blocking myself. Can I break these barriers? I think what you're asking me is you feel like things are aligning for you, but you feel like stuff is getting in the way or blocking you. Here's the thing: a lot of people think that blocks, the idea that there is a block creates a block. So if you have any thoughts in your mind, any feelings of self-worth and value that you're not worthy or you're not valuable or you are not deserving or you don't love yourself, and you're waiting for the universe or for God or for life to prove to you that you're worthy and valuable, even though you may try to think that, that is actually a misalignment there. That's like saying, I can swim, but I'm going to walk in the desert. Like, that's what you're doing. So the idea that you're blocked is a block. That's one. And then the lack of actually authentically loving yourself and expecting not expecting, but knowing that you are loved and knowing that you are precious to source is going to also create a block for you as well. Another thing also is that people assume that if things go wrong in their life or things are challenging, that they must be misaligned or something must be wrong. No, you're here to live a human life. You're here to have human experiences. That includes the positive and the negative. You're going to experience negative stuff here. You can't escape it. It's part of the given thing here. The best you can do is learn to cope as best as you can and try to do the best to take yourself and put yourself in situations where you're actually dealing with more positivity than negativity. But you're still going to have to deal with negativity. So don't have this mindset that you're not supposed to ever deal with challenges, etc. But some people make bad decisions, and people who make bad choices and bad decisions don't have the right to get mad at the universe or God because life isn't working out for them. They're still accountable to themselves. So you have to, in some way, take responsibility. And this is what I was talking about, you assuming more responsibility for your energy and your own self-worth and value. Because when you have self-worth and value, when you know who you are, when you know what you are and what you have to bring, you don't even question it. You don't even need the universe to prove anything to you. You just know. You just have that in you. So... okay, so you need to work on that. I think I made it clear what you need to work on. Tammy, does my deceased brother Mike have any messages for me? And that's on YouTube. Yes, Tammy. First of all, he is acknowledging thank you. He's doing the symbol, I don't know if there's a picture of him making the peace sign or there's something about making bunny ears, but there's a reference to that because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps showing me thank you. Do you remember back in the day when there used to be the goth, all the goth kids, and they used to wear the chains with their wallet connected to everybody was shopping at Hot Topic? I don't know why he's showing me that, so I don't know if he was a goth personality or he was just a darker personality, a darker sense of humor, or if there's something about a chain with a wallet. But there's something there because I was seeing that. I'm trying to figure out where he's going with that. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. Bunny rabbits, I know this is going to sound crazy. Bunny rabbits is not a common sign, is a sign from your brother. So if you have experiences or have random situations come up with bunny rabbits just kind of slapping you across the face or showing up in front of you, that is a symbol from your brother. So I think he's trying to acknowledge that in a way. And not only that, but I also want to put rabbits with playing cards or gambling together. So there's something there that might either that or it's a Playboy bunny, but I want to say it's maybe just bunny rabbits because there's a connection there as well. He also keeps acknowledging he's doing this. So I don't know if you have a jacket or a shirt that belongs to him, but he's also doing this as well. He's also showing me number 4. So either April or the 4th of a month may be connected. Okay. Maria Paula Goya on Facebook. Blessings for any question for you. Have I met my soulmate? And second question, am I being scammed? I want you to be careful because I don't trust the connection. I also feel, I don't feel like you've met your soulmate. I think that you are about 4 or 5 months away from meeting someone. I'm not going to call them your soulmate because I don't believe in the idea of soulmates. People they obsess about that and it sets them up for failure. So I think that in about 4 or 5 months, there's an opportunity with someone. Person's name starts with a C or a K, but it sounds like a C, almost like a CH, like a Chris sound. And I would just say be cautious, be careful. I could be wrong, and the person that you're talking to may be perfectly fine. I just don't trust it. So just be careful, okay? Rosa Hernandez on Facebook. I would like to know if my son will find a job soon and if my husband has any messages for us. Yeah, he is acknowledging. Thank you. You know, sometimes people, when they get, like with the families, like they take pictures together, and sometimes their pictures are very funny or interesting, the way that they do it. He's showing me this picture, and I don't know if this is something that happened after his passing or this is something that y'all have that he, okay, like turned off and turned back on. So I feel, what I'm reminded of is, I feel like people are like lined up, like people in the family are lined up and they're like holding hands, or they're like putting their hands out. And it's almost like there's like a picture of everybody doing this. I don't really know why. I don't know if the picture is like of like putting our palms out and like, praying, or if it's holding hands and this is like a tug of war. There's something there that he's acknowledging about this picture. So it's an odd picture, but it's an interesting picture. But he's acknowledging that. He says he is still part of the family. He also talks about the ring. He also talks about repairing a ring or repairing another piece of jewelry that he may have as well. With your son, he'll find a job in about 2 months or so. He might actually try something in about 4 weeks, but it may not pan out and he may have to wait a little longer. But I'm thinking that he'll find a job in about 2 months. Alyssa Snell on Facebook. Am I going to find love again after losing my husband? I believe so, actually. I think that you might meet somebody in a couple of years. I want to say maybe you might meet somebody in about 1 year and 7 months, but I think that something will start to get moving at that 2-year mark. Person's name starts with a W. I want to say their name's Walter or Wallace. So there's a connection to that name. And I do think that you will find love again. Natalia Atkins on Facebook. Will I be making a residential change soon? Yeah, I think you'll actually be making a change in about 2 months. So by January, I think you'll be moving, or moving and making a change to another location. I think it's the same area or territory, like the same city, but I think it's just in a different location. It's not in the same space. Need you back. I'm gonna find out. DCJ, I'm totally seeing your messages, but you just need to ask what spirit you want me to connect with, because you're asking me a message from a spirit. Like, my brain is like an octopus. It will go out everywhere. So I just need you to help me focus in on one specific person you want to connect with, so I can get to it much more quickly. Because if not, because I'm not talking to you in person, I can't figure out who it's going to be without your help in the communication. So that's why I ask for you guys if you're going to do it via text. When I bring you on in person, when I bring people on in video, it's a lot easier. It's not as easy just because I have to, there's no way for me to have the validation that I'm talking to the right person. So I need to know, okay, is this the person that is it? And does the stuff match up? It matches it up? Okay, cool. This is who we're talking to then. So I kind of need you to specify a person. Katrina Jackson. Hi, Ferny. Anything you can tell me about my spiritual gifts? I'd love to know where my strengths are at and how I can utilize them to help others. So I can tell you what you're good at, and I will, but I kind of don't want you to limit yourself to being given. For years and years and years after I lost my ability for a good 10 or 15 years, for years and years and years, I was like trying to get it back, and I couldn't get it to switch on. And I kept going to psychics, asking them, like, I kept going to psychics because I wanted them to tell me, you have a gift or you have an ability, and this is your ability. Now go do it. Like, I always was waiting for that, and I never got that. Now, people would tune in and pick up on stuff. They would pick up that I was a sensitive. They would pick up that I could tune into stuff, but they never told me what I should be doing. They just like told me that there was something there. And so I had to make the decision, and I waited and waited and waited. And I honestly think I wasted more time waiting for someone to tell me what to do instead of me just picking something and running with it. Here's the thing. Whatever you're supposed to be doing in your life, you can never go astray if you choose to go in the direction of progress. What that means is, if you don't know what you want to do, but you want to help people, and there is a plan, everybody has like a chart, everybody has a plan for their life that they're so created. That doesn't mean every single thing is like, decided, but we have experiences and things that we're supposed to achieve while we're here from an experience point of view. You're going to experience those things now to varying degrees depending on how aligned you are, but you're going to experience those things. But most people, what they do, I totally lost my train of thought. Most people, what they do is they're wanting to be told where to go, what to do. What I've learned from my experience is, look, if I want to help people, then I'm just going to find something to do to help people. And if I do that, something will be done to align me and to realign me with the work that I'm actually meant to do. And I may not have to do anything. Life will just take me there. And that has actually been something that I've seen happen over and over and over in my life, and I've seen it with other people as well. So you don't have to wait for the right thing to do. Like, I don't want to make a mistake. No, you won't be making mistakes. Just choose to do something that helps people. And as you move in that direction, like for me, I chose Reiki. I wasn't going to do this because I couldn't get my ability to switch on. So I'm like, well, let me just do Reiki. So I went, got Reiki certified, and I started doing Reiki. Within the first few sessions of doing Reiki professionally, my psychic ability kicked back on, and I was able to access the ability again. So it was because I was doing something that aligned me with the work and the intent, and life took me there. So if you do the same thing, life will reroute you in whatever direction you need to go in to get to where you need to get to. As you know, if you're in Texas, if you're in Houston, you're trying to get to Canada, just go north. Just go north, you'll get there. Just go north. You might find a bunch of different ways to get there, but you're going to get there. But if you just sit still and you're waiting and you're like hoping that someone's going to give you directions, you're literally sitting there wasting time, and you're not allowing yourself to move forward in the direction you need to go to. With that being said, to answer your question, I do think that you have an ability to communicate through a form of counseling. I really would suggest getting certified or getting some sort of training to communicate with people in any kind of coaching or counseling way, because I think that'll help to kind of move you in that direction. I think the one-on-one connections are going to be better for you, but you have a little bit of a guard up, and you sometimes hold back because you don't want people to judge you or to hurt you, and I totally get that. But when you work with people, all people know that we are opening ourselves up to being attacked as well, for people to come for us. So you have to really build yourself up and be prepared, because you're going to have to, fight people sometimes. And when I say fight, I don't mean like physically fight. Now, if someone comes for me, they're going to get it. But I'm talking about like having to be prepared to hold my own and to put people in their place if I need to. Because some people, they don't know who I am, and they don't know what I'm here to do, and they are completely like talking to the wrong person with that attitude. So I'm back. It freezes and then it like resumes. It freezes and it resumes. Lola Bunny on Facebook. Yes, you're psychic. Everybody is psychic. Everybody is psychic. So being psychic is not a special thing. It's just a skill. Just like singing, just like playing the piano, just like drawing or sketching, just like exercise. You don't get to do any of it until you actually practice it and do it consistently. And then you'll see the ability. But me telling you that you're psychic is going to do absolutely nothing for you until you actually engage and start to practice it. If you just do nothing with it, I can tell you that you're psychic, but you won't really have a lot of experiences that you can control. So you got to practice it. Rita Louise Lopez. I'm gonna find you. Let me find you on here because I'll bring you on. Let's see, because I'm ready to talk to people. I'm ready to talk to people. Let's see, Rita Louise Lopez. Where's Rita? Where's Rita in this list of people? I don't see you on here, Rita. You got a request to be a guest. You know what? I think I can do it directly from this. There we go. Go live. I'm coming from. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. Thank
Good.
you.
You're not driving, right? Somebody else is driving?
Yeah. Well, my daughter's here. I'm gonna let my daughter hold.
Okay, yeah, because I don't want you to die. So I'm already talking to the dead. I don't need to cause another death. So, hey, girl.
Hello.
Hi. All right.
Hi.
All right. So, what did you want to ask me?
Well, my daughter, their father, all my kids. I have 5 kids. Their dad passed away in an unexpected car accident.
Okay, don't tell me too much because you're telling me too much. Don't tell me too much. Okay, so let me see if I can connect with Dad. So the first thing I want to talk about is, and you keep your eyes on the road. You can hear me, so don't be looking at the screen. Okay.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm seeing is, first of all, he keeps acknowledging that he's blaming himself. So either he put himself in that position or he wasn't paying attention or was under the influence because he's pointing the finger at himself like he put himself in the situation. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging that there was he's talking about another person. Was there another individual in the accident that was affected, or was there somebody else in the vehicle with him?
No, he was by himself.
Okay. He's acknowledging another person. So what the accident, was it with him in another vehicle?
Yes, it was with him. Someone hit him.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, got it. Someone hit him. Here's the thing, though. He's still blaming him. Yeah, I'm here. He's still blaming himself. So either he put himself in front of that vehicle or do you understand that?
Yeah. I mean, nobody knows
Can you hear me?
because the man said, yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hello?
Yeah.
Nobody knows because it was the man hit him,
Oh,
passed out, so he doesn't know. He doesn't know what happened. Really, we don't really know exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But
So here's the way he's showing
question
it to me,
is,
because he makes me feel like he.
hello.
You're what?
My daughters, they weren't talking to him, and so I just want them.
Oh, lost them. I lost them. All right. I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna try you back in a little bit. Okay. Get yourself. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to kind of get yourself somewhere else and see if that helps. But I will come back to you, Mama. Okay. Let's see, because that was breaking up too much. So let's try another person. Let's do Samantha. Hey, Samantha, I'm coming for you. All right, Mystic Witch, the Mystic Witch 11. I'm coming for you. So I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's try somebody else. Just Me Tori. Let's do Just Me Tori. Let's see. Get a hold of somebody because waiting for. There we go. There we go.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing, sweetheart?
We meet again. You probably don't remember me, but it's okay.
Cool. Well, good. Well, great. I know people always like, we talked before. Like, I don't know. Like my brain, like when I talk to somebody afterwards, like my brain can't hold anymore, so it drops whatever I talked about. So, what did you want to ask me?
So I recently broke up with my boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years, and just kind of throughout my relationship, I've had doubts. So I ended it, and I'm really wondering what is my future looking like, kind of without him, but also not him. But I know I made the right decision, but I would like to kind of get some sort of spiritual guidance, I guess.
Yeah. Question. Did he lack motivation, or was he not a very motivated person?
With our relationship, yes.
Okay, so with the relationship, because here's the thing. I feel like because I need to touch on that for a second because it's important. I feel like he got you comfortable and he kind of just stopped trying and he just wasn't really doing as much. And I also feel like he was expecting you to like just deal with whatever because he makes me feel like he was like you're making a big deal out of nothing. Like, why are you just making this a big deal? Like, I feel like he didn't understand like what you were having issues with. So I think there's that. If you just wanted to settle down, it could have worked with him, but you probably still wouldn't have been happy at some point because you would have felt like you settled down. And a lot of people don't like the feeling of, I just settled on somebody, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, he is going to try to come back because
He's literally outside of my sister's house right now. We're at my sister's house.
Because he's in love with you, and I think he's realizing that he doesn't want to lose you. I think he loves you. I think he cares about you. He's going to keep trying. Y'all may try to like keep a friendship going, but I just don't think that you're going to let that go very far, and you're going to still keep him at bay. And I think that by next summer, he'll probably back away for a little while. He'll leave you alone for a bit. Going forward, I do feel like you're going to get into a new relationship. It's not right away. I actually think that you've kind of spent too much time focusing on other people and not on yourself. So I think you're going to go on like a 2-year. You're going to go through a 2-year period where you're going to be focusing more on your career and what you want to do, what you want to focus on, getting all of that sorted. Around the end of that 2-year period, you meet somebody new. Person's name is Amron. It's a weird name. Amron. I feel like it's pronounced differently. I'm phonetically trying to sound it out. But it's like Amron. It sounds like Aaron, but it's not. It's like Amron. So it sounds like that. You'll meet this person. I think they're Jewish, but you'll meet this person. And I think that they have connections to New York. They're extremely intelligent. They're a little bit of a smartass, but they're also funny. That could also work for you. But the problem with smart people is that they try to outsmart each other all the time, and then that becomes an issue. So if anything, he is gonna be like he's gonna be a checkmate to your checking with what you've been with your boyfriend. He's gonna be a checkmate to that. So anything you try to raise an issue with, he's gonna be right on that same level, ready to okay, well, let's talk this out. Let's get on. So that's the next person. But it feels like it's a good opportunity for a long-term serious relationship. You might talk to someone new also next year, like in maybe March or April. I don't think that's going to go anywhere though.
Okay.
Okay. But you'll meet somebody new. But he's going to keep trying to get back with you because he's in love.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. So, and the decision of whether it's right or wrong is entirely up to you. It's your decision to make. And so, don't let anybody give you hell over that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you get off?
It's like, he's right outside. I was like, oh no, girl. Oh no, girl. Let's see, who else? Into the heart away. To Josie. I'm coming for you, Amador. Hello.
Hi, Ferny.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
I'm right here looking at TV.
What do you want to ask me?
Well, first, I want to see if there's a message from my husband again, because I know he doesn't let us sleep.
From your husband, you said?
Excuse me?
You said from your husband?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's got the pops? Who buys pops or has the pops?
Oh, well, hold on. No, it's yours. It's my son. He wants to know. Here.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. What did you want to ask me?
If there's any messages for my dad that passed away.
Yeah.
2 years
So
ago.
the first thing he's showing me, those pops, those little like monito things that people are crazy about. Those pops with big heads.
Yeah, the little homies.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do y'all have some of those, or do
Yes.
you know? Okay, got it. Because he's talking about those. I don't know why, but okay.
Right here.
Okay, because he's talking about those. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging. Do you have an old watch that he had but didn't really work anymore?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, he's acknowledging the watch. He also is writing on my skin. Are you planning on getting another tattoo connected to your dad?
Yes.
Okay, because he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps acknowledging. Oh, there it is. Okay, so he's acknowledging that. And if you're going to add on to it, or you have to go and finish something with it. He's just acknowledging that he knows that you're going to go back again because he's acknowledging that as well. He also said, thank you. He says he's worried about your stomach. You need to take care of yourself because your digestion is off and you need to take better care of your digestion. Do you been having a lot of acid and a lot of like coughing spells, like stuff coming up? Okay, you need to go get your digestion checked because he's a little worried about that, and you might have a tendency for ulcers in the digestive system, so you probably need to be aware of that. Your dad has used birds to get your attention, and sometimes the birds will come and hit the window, or they'll come in to like smack on the window. But he's acknowledging trying to use birds to get your attention. He also says, thank you. He says he's proud of you. He says you don't have to be the man of the house because you've always. He says. There's only, he's funny, your dad's like, there's only one man of the house. And he's like pointing to himself. But he says, you don't have to be like the man of the house. He says, like, you're man enough. And so he's acknowledging being proud of you, that you're his son. He also repeating your name. Is someone named after you?
Yes, my son.
Okay, got it. He's acknowledging your son. So he's wanting to reference your son. Yeah, so he's acknowledging your son and referencing your son. He's also talking about thank you. Is there a situation going on, because he's bringing something up, where you might have to split your time there and then somewhere else, and you may not be able to be in town or be there all the time?
No, I do not.
Okay, what he's showing me, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because he's showing me something that I saw last night in the show that I was watching, where in the show, the father, he was having to travel out of town a lot for work, and he had to leave. He couldn't leave his daughter. He had to leave his daughter alone a lot, but so she wouldn't be lonely. The daughter would stay with the family, with his family, so that she would be by herself. Do you know if there's a situation coming up where you might have to leave for a little while, or you may have to travel? Okay. No. Something may come up, and if it gets confusing, I think he's trying to acknowledge that you might have to leave your children with another family member, or leave your child with someone temporarily while you're working out whatever the stuff you have to work out, because he's making a reference to something like that. Do you still have his truck?
Excuse me?
Do you still have his truck?
Yes, it's yeah, we still have it. It's in Mexico.
Okay. Do you know if the belt's broken or the belt needs to be replaced?
That I do not know.
Okay. Is it making this weird sound like ree, 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 ree when it starts up?
That I do not know.
Okay.
It's in Mexico, the truck.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. You might need it when y'all plan on bringing it, or when y'all plan on getting it. If y'all start it and it makes that sound, he's telling you that the belt needs to be replaced, because he's acknowledging that the belt might have some issues. A friend, do you know if there's a friend of his who would like to have the truck?
Yes.
Okay, if y'all want to sell it, he's okay with that. Just giving it, he doesn't want y'all to put yourselves out because y'all may owe money on it.
Okay.
Okay? Your dad's cool. Your dad's fine. He's with you. He's with you.
Okay, thank you. One more question. I just want to know if I'm going to be going home soon.
If you're going to be what?
Going home soon.
Going home soon? Where's home?
My house had burned down a couple years back, and I've been living in an RV.
Oh, got it.
See if the house is getting done, or when the house is going to be getting done.
Yeah, it might take a while. Have you been in the RV for about 7 months?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more months. January. Yeah. You'll be back in there in January.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, my friend. All right, you take care.
Appreciate everything you do.
Oh, thank you.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. Bye, sweetheart. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't realize you're like my mom. My mom does that like last minute. She wants to say something last minute after I'm like fixing to like hang up. So, maybe you would understand. Why I feel this. Oh, let me go here. Let's see. Sincerely Benny. Let's do Sincerely Benny. Let me get her on here. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good.
Good. What did you want to ask me?
So I'm in a long distance relationship, and I was just wondering how you saw the visa process going, and also if my dad approves of it.
Yeah.
He's
so
no longer with me.
The visa process. So let's talk about that for a second. The visa process is not going to be that easy. I think it's going to get a little more complicated. Did y'all almost call it off or break up twice?
Yes.
Okay. So if I feel like I don't want to depend on this person. And it's not because there's like an awful person. I just don't want you to feel like be so dependent or just expect too much consistency from this person, because things may get a little bit mixed up and then things may get a little bit iffy next spring. So I kind of want you to like be prepared to have to like get flexible around whatever the situation is. The visa process, I do think that the visa process will get resolved in about 18 months. It's a long time.
Okay.
18 months. Okay, with dad, because you're asking me about dad, right?
Yes.
Got it. So your dad, did he like to whistle? Did he like to like sing, whistle, or sing?
I mean,
Because I'm here.
he enjoyed music a lot.
Okay, because he's like doing like what my grandpa used to do. He's like whistling to himself. Did he used to do that when he would work on stuff or do stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. He's also acknowledging thank you. Did he also like to like actually fix stuff, or was he really good with fixing stuff and like getting and trying to? Okay. He also, it's funny because I feel like he wants to retile the bathroom. Do y'all need to retile your bathroom, or there's something going on with the tiles in the bathroom not if they're broken or they're doing some issues?
No.
Okay.
Not that I can think
Remember I said that because he's like showing me, I feel like I'm in the bathroom and I'm toweling it. I don't know why, but he's like doing this. So he's making a reference there. Either that or he knew how to do that stuff, but he's like making that gesture for me. He also is doing this. Do you have a necklace that is connected to dad?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. You might have gotten it after his passing though. It wouldn't have been something, okay, because he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. Is there an old, do you know the older Hispanic men, they wear like the white beaters or those white shirts that are like the undershirts?
Right.
Do y'all have his white shirts?
I don't. My stepmom probably does.
Okay, because he's showing me the shirts or he's acknowledging that. He also keeps laughing about the stepmom. He's also talking about the three. Are there three of you kids?
Yes.
Okay, he's just wanting to say hello to all of you. He's also talking about the month of August. Do you know if August or the 8th of a month is connected?
Not that I can think of right now.
He's sticking with it, and he's doing this. Do you know if there's a baby connection to the month of August or the number 8?
One of my nieces was born in August.
Okay. Is she still young, like 5?
No, she's older. She's 15.
Do y'all know if she's pregnant?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't know where he's going with it, but he was acknowledging the connection with the month of August. And so there was either it's August or it's the 8th of a month. Any month, 8th. But he's acknowledging that 8 because he was trying to give me something specific. No, it's nothing to do with your niece. This is like closer to one of y'all because he's acknowledging one of y'all with the 8.
So I don't know if this is giving away too much, but me and my boyfriend, he's actually about to come down on a visit, and we've been talking about starting a family.
Ah, okay. What does that have to do with the 8th or August?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. It's like I'm trying to do math in my head and think.
No, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry, because it's everybody always like, oh, I know my brain. It's okay, don't worry about it. There's a connection with the 8. It's a date of significance. It's not like something random. So he's acknowledging something about the 8th. Either August or the 8th of a month is connected. He also keeps thank you. Is there a Rudy name or an RU name?
There's a Rudy. Yes.
Okay. He's also Rudy's passed. I'm sorry, passed. He's still alive?
Yes.
Okay. So he's probably just acknowledging the Rudy or bringing it up. Do you also know if there's issues with money in Rudy?
That I don't know. I haven't spoken to Rudy in a while.
Okay.
He was like, he was my brother's real like close friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's bringing it up around money and like something about money owed or money that was paid or something like that. So there's something around that he's bringing up, but he's acknowledging that. He also keeps referencing thank you. And is there also an Andy?
Not Andy. My ex-husband's name is Randy.
Okay. Let me ask him if that's what he's talking about. Is he a little bit nuts?
I mean,
is he not okay?
All exes are.
Well, no. Some exes are great. Some exes are. Is he not okay in his head? Is he not doing well?
I don't think so.
Okay. Don't be surprised if he reaches out to you or he starts to try to reconnect with you, because your dad is acknowledging that you might not be done with Randy and that he might still be kind of floating around there. He's also doing this. Do you have a bracelet that's also connected to dad? It might even have a name on it.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so there would be a bracelet, and I think it's metal, and it's got a name on it or like an inscription on it. But he's acknowledging something like, "Ask your mom," because he just told me your mom, so he's acknowledging mom for this. So there's a reference here as well. He's okay. He's with y'all. He was not expecting to go when he did. He actually was a little bit caught off guard. But he says that he is okay and that he's not in any pain. He also says that it doesn't matter what they would have done because it couldn't have made a difference. And so he doesn't want y'all to think that something could have been done for him. He's like, it was time, but I wasn't expecting to pass when I did. He makes, I feel weird here because I feel like I want to I want to squeeze this area here and I feel weird. Like this is kind of closing in. So he's giving me this sensation or this feeling here. He also says that there's another person there who may have also passed from the same kind of situation, who is also connected to the family. Not a member of the family, but connected to the family. But they have similar things, because he's acknowledging this, another male that's there as well, that passed from similar experiences.
Okay.
He's okay, he's with you.
Is he okay with my relationship? I'm seeking validation that he's okay with how everything is.
Yeah, I'm asking him about the relationship. Here's the thing, they don't always answer, because if it's out of the permission that they have to interfere, they can't answer. I'm asking him, and he's not telling me if he's okay with the relationship or not, but what he is telling me is that he trusts you, and he knows that if you see something not working out, you're gonna make a change. And he says, don't ever feel like you're so far past the point of no return. Take it slow.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, sweetheart. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Mm. Hmm. Let's do Lisa. Let's do Lisa Perez. Let's see. Hello. How you doing?
Me and my mom.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good.
Good. What did y'all want to ask me?
Well, we were trying to see if you have any messages from my dad.
Sure. There are actually 6 males in spirit, so he's in good company. Butterflies are connected to dad because he's showing me butterflies, so y'all are going to experience or have encounters with butterflies. He is also acknowledging, thank you. Are there two, thank you. Are there two, I don't know if they're rosaries or they're cross necklaces. Are there 2 necklaces or rosaries that are connected?
I mean, you have crosses, necklaces.
Yes.
You got one that dad gave you, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if there's 2 of them?
You have 2?
Well, I have a rosary that I pray every night, and it broke on me.
Okay, because he's talking about, yeah, because he's talking about the 2 cross necklaces. So if you have 2 cross necklaces, that may be what he's talking about. And if you just have 1 cross necklace and 1 rosary, I know it's another cross necklace because he says there's 2 of them. So there's an acknowledgement with there being 2. He also, actually one is a cross, the other one's like, it's not a cross, but it's
Can you give you 2 necklaces?
It's Jesus, but it's not a cross, but it's just Jesus thing as well. But he's talking about the 2 necklaces. He also talks about, thank you. Did you feel someone kick your bed or move your bed?
Me? No.
Mm-hmm. You were laying down. It was in the morning. You were trying to figure out if you were going to get up yet or if you're going to wait a little bit longer. Does it sometimes take you a little longer to get up with the circulation in your legs?
Right.
Okay. He says you were trying to figure out if you were going to get up then, or you were trying to see if your legs were going to have enough circulation so you could get up. And he says that he actually bumped your bed, or he touched your bed. So you might have felt something next to the bed.
Oh.
You remember that?
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He also says that he's the one that's been turning the light on in the, I don't know if it's the light in the attic or light in the closet, but there's a light that's been turned on, that's been left on. He says he's done that to get your attention as well, because he's acknowledging it also. So that's him.
Oh.
So do you remember the little dog that didn't live very long, or it was a little dog that got hit by a vehicle?
No,
There's a little dog. It almost feels like a poodle.
no.
No,
Okay.
they weren't very big dog people.
Doesn't matter. There's something about this little dog. So I don't know if you had a dog or someone else in the family just lost a dog, and it was like a little poodle got hit by a vehicle. But he's acknowledging something about. Is there a Joseph or a John connection? Family?
Mm,
Still alive.
just, uh,
I think it's actually Johnny. It's almost like Johnny something, like Johnny Black or Johnny George or Johnny something, Johnny Roberts. It's like a Johnny something.
No,
no.
not that we know of, no.
That I can remember, no.
There's a Johnny. Okay. The house that you live in right now, this is not the house you've always lived in, right? Was there another house before?
No, this is we used to live in apartments, me and him, you know, but we bought this house.
Okay.
But
Because
yeah, we
what he's
really
doing
want.
is he's trying to figure out, he's trying to take me somewhere. He's taking me to, I almost feel like I'm close to the corner of a street, and then there's a little store that's right there. So this was a neighborhood where there was like a corner of the street, and then you go across, and then there's a little store that would have been like an old convenience store, not a gas station, but like a convenience store. Do you remember where that was?
Was there a house by a store that y'all lived? The apartments?
Probably in the apartments where we used to live.
The house, your grandpa's house was next to that convenience store.
Oh,
I remember. I don't know if there was a convenience store. There's an old house where her parents used to live, my grandparents used to live.
Okay.
And there is a convenience store
Right
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Is this grandpa, is this mom, is this your dad?
Yes.
I know what's happening here. Okay, so I've got dad, but I've also got your father as well. So I've got your grandpa, or, you know, so I've got your husband and your father. So they're trying to get it. Remember I said there was like 6 minutes, so they're all trying to talk over each other, and that's what's happening is they're communicating with each other. Your dad has some things to say because he's the one that's coming forward and he wants to say hello. So your husband's there, but thank you. He just said I love you. So he says I love you. He's got a connection to May, or the 5th of a month, because he's bringing that number up as well. So there's a connection there. Do you know what the May connection or the 5th of a month connection?
No, not on me.
Okay, this has got to be grandpa then, because it's one of they're both like coming back to back. Grandpa's talking about the house where the store was at, where the little convenience store was at. Do y'all remember if they had a little white dog, or like a little poodle type dog? It was almost like a dog that was like, it would be around. It might have been a neighbor's dog, but they're just trying to validate something very specific, and I don't know why he's going through the whole trouble if the dog is not even his. But he's acknowledging this white dog that was like a little poodle that got hit, and so there's a dog that's there. They're also acknowledging Christopher or Chris. Is there a Christopher or Chris connection?
Christopher or Chris?
Christopher and Chris was Agnes's kids.
Yeah, but that's my dad's dad. That's my other grandfather.
No,
unless he's there.
This has got to be on your, because God, these guys are, they're like talking all over each other. Okay, let me stick with grandpa because I want to hold to grandpa. He's acknowledging the Christopher or Chris. So there's a Christopher. It could be Christina, and I'm totally making it into a male name. But he's acknowledging this Chris sounding name, the person that does the hair or does the like salon stuff.
No.
No.
All right, when y'all get off, I am hoping to God that y'all know what the heck I'm talking about, because they're being very specific about some things. Your husband is okay. He's fine. He's the one that's been messing with you while you're in bed. He's messed with your lights. He also keeps talking about replacing the sink or something about changes with the sink. So are y'all making some repairs or changes to the sink? Okay. So he's around. He sees what y'all are doing. He also says he left the refrigerator door open. So you might have found the refrigerator door open. It's not because the seal is bad. It's because he likes to go in and look for something to eat. Because he says it's not the same cooking. So he's just acknowledging he's missing your cookies. He's acknowledging that as well. He also talks, thank you. He was ready to go. He says that he had been not feeling very well for a while, and that he just didn't want to talk about it. But he says that he was ready to go because he was tired. He's also thinking, I'm smelling smoke. Did he ever smoke when he was younger?
No, not that I'm.
Do you know if he ever had any kind of lung or inflammation and like stuff getting into his respiratory system?
Yes.
Okay, because he's acknowledging that this was a contributing factor to his condition. So there was a lot of things that were happening, but he's acknowledging that this contributed to his condition. He also talks about, thank you, he also talks about, is there also a connection to the name Martin or Luther?
Martin or Luther.
Because he's showing me Martin Luther King, and for me, it's a name. So it's Martin or Luther. Do you know there's a connection to the family as well with Martin or Luther? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Where are the two? Do y'all have two? Do you have two brothers? Or are there two boys?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Got it. Those pieces are all connected to these guys because he's trying to give me details that are connected, and then we've got these other males, and they're also trying to overtalk. But he's acknowledging the two boys, so he's referencing the two boys and saying hello to them. He also keeps acknowledging that he can hear you better now. So I don't know if he was having issues in one of his ears, but he says he can hear better now, and that it doesn't ring or it doesn't do this weird thing that it was doing when he was alive. Do y'all remember that? There was pressure in his ear, and he wouldn't sometimes hear right.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
He's just acknowledging that. So he's just referencing that as well. Thank you. He's also acknowledging September. So do y'all know about the connection to the month of September? Or the
That's
9th?
my sister's birthday.
Okay, he's probably just wishing her happy birthday. So he's just acknowledging her and he's wishing her happy birthday. He also says there's 2 dates in November. So do you know if there's 2 dates in November?
That's my son's birthday.
Okay. And
And
then
your birthday? No, yours in
mine's
December.
so there's 2. So there's 2 in September, in December. There's 2 in November. So you've got your son's birthday. There's another date of significance as well. It might actually be a passing date, but there's another date of significance in November because he's acknowledging November being significant as well. Did y'all make copies of his pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows about what y'all been doing. So he's just acknowledging that. He's okay. He's fine. He's fine. Y'all need to like go back and watch this video, write everything I said down, and then like really think about it because there's these other connections that are trying to be made, and then when y'all figure this out, then y'all can hopefully understand the rest of those pieces.
Can I ask you one more question? Do you have any messages from Isaac? He's my boyfriend who passed away.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an earring that's connected to him?
My mom did.
Okay.
He gave my mom an earring.
Got it. Because he's acknowledging the earrings connection, so he's referencing that. He also keeps thank you. He's pointing to himself. So I think he's trying to take responsibility for his passing, or he's acknowledging that he may have contributed to his own passing. The way he makes me feel, though, is that this was not like something intentional. This was like incidental, but he's still blaming himself because he says that he could have done something to prevent this or to avoid this altogether because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps referencing thank you. Do you have drawings or sketches either from between you two?
My niece drew a picture of him.
Okay, because he's acknowledging the sketching or the drawing, so he's referencing that. He also talks about thank you. Do you have old text messages from him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have the little heart messages or the heart? It's funny because I keep seeing a heart, so he's showing me this heart. So there's a reference to the messages in the hearts. Now, obviously, you can maybe do emojis, but there's something else to it that he's trying to make a point about because he's acknowledging something about the messages and then a heart. So there's a reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. He's giving me the letter L. Do you know if there's an L for him in the family, in his family? It's actually like E-L, like Ellen or Elaine or Ellie name. E-L. His family.
No, not that I know of.
Was he previously married?
No.
Okay. There's something there with his family and a previous marriage or a second marriage. So there's something there in this EL name because he's acknowledging that. If someone in his family right now is going through a divorce and they're going to get married again or whatever, he may be trying to bring attention to what's going on in his family. So if you have a chance to catch up with them or to find out what's going on, that may be where he's referencing that. He's handing you a single rose. So a single rose is going to be significant, not just in symbol, but actually you might have a single rose pop up somehow, because he's showing me a single rose. He says he loves you. He also says he wants you to be happy and you have his permission. Okay? So don't feel bad because he's like wanting you to be happy. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. All right, sweetheart. I'm going to let Todd go.
Thank you. Thanks for everything. We love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Yeah, they're gonna have to do their homework because they're like, what? No, they remind me of those clients. Sometimes I have these clients and like for the whole session. And I feel horrible sometimes because I'm like, I'm giving them information after information. I'm like, I know what I know, what I know. And I'm like sharing it. And like for almost the whole session, people are like, no, no, no. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I know what I'm talking about. And then like I get an email like a couple of days later, like, okay, so I just listened to the recording. I know what you're talking. And like they totally miss so many pieces. And so that happens a lot. That's why I tell people, like, if you tell me no, don't worry. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. You can tell me no. I'm still gonna stick to what I'm getting because I know that the way that it's being received may not be fully understood. And sometimes people gotta do their homework. So it's no biggie. Oh. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more and then I am done because I am energetically pooped. Gather. Oh, look, TJ Gabriel's back on. Let me see. Let me try him because I tried him last time and I couldn't get a hold of him. So let's see. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Man, you sent me a request the other day, and I inadvertently missed it. So I appreciate
it's okay. No, it's fine. It happens. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. So me and my wife are and
there you are. Okay. I was like, what's happening now?
We're wanting to move.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. So me and my wife are wanting to move. Do you see a move for us in the near future?
Mm-hmm. Where are you right now? What location?
Texas.
You're in Texas. Are y'all in the hill country?
We're close to it. Okay.
So I think there is going to be a move. It may not be right away. I want to say that this may not actually happen until April of 2022. So this may be a little bit past a year. I keep seeing more hilly, mountainous areas. So either y'all are going to go further into the hill country or y'all might even go out into Colorado.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting strong senses from our pet that passed on, and he gives us signs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel any connection with that? And
mm-hmm. Do you also have his toys?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, because y'all may find these kind of scattered, or y'all may find these messed with, and that's one sign he shows you. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. In the middle of the night, sometimes he would get up or start moving around, and y'all might hear something that sounds exactly like that because he's acknowledging that as well.
True.
He also was making sounds when one of y'all was in the shower, and y'all may have thought there was someone on the other side of the curtain, and he says that was also him as well. He also thinks he's doing this. Do you know if there was a lack of circulation going to his heart, or something stopped where the heart was no longer getting enough blood pressure or blood flow?
Not to his heart, but he did have something that was blocking his breathing. He would always cough a lot.
Okay, because he's the way he's making me feel. There's clotting here. There's clotting going on. So I feel like there's some clotting issues that were happening. Was he a little overweight?
A little bit towards the end.
Yeah.
But he did have diabetes as a pet.
Got
which
it.
Is crazy. So
yeah, no, it happens.
Yeah.
I got my Chanel is like huge. So yeah, he's acknowledging like there was issues with, and because he's making me feel this way. Towards the end, would he also walk where he almost limped, but nothing was wrong with his leg, but he was kind of limping with one of the front legs?
No, but he did have towards the end, he had a scar there, and it was kind of sore for him. So that may be what it is.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. Because he's like making me feel like there's something going on. Okay, got it. He's just trying to give me the sense of things. There's a baby in spirit with you. Did one of you lose a child, or was the child miscarried, lost, or terminated?
No, but it'd be a different story or a different session with you. But I did have an experience with my wife where I seen a baby floating over her when she was sleeping.
Okay.
And
there's a baby. The is a dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a baby with him, so he's acknowledging a baby there. Now, if y'all have never lost a baby, he may be trying to acknowledge there's a baby coming, or y'all need to be prepared because the baby may be coming into the family. But he's acknowledging it.
Crazy.
So, I have friends who they had 2 dogs, and they were trying to adopt a baby, and they were waiting, and then the dog passed away, and like within the week they got word that they were getting a baby. And so the dog basically made room for the baby because the baby was going to take up so much more energy. And so it's almost like I want to like give myself over so that the baby could be the primary focus. So I feel like the same thing is happening with this, where the dog is almost acknowledging, sacrifice myself for the baby. So yeah.
Okay, I really appreciate that. But you do see a move in the future.
Yeah, I see a move. Yeah, it's early 2022, and like I said, I'm going higher up. So I'm going either more into the mountain, more to the hill country, further deeper into the hill country, or actually going to Colorado.
Wow. Okay. I really appreciate it, and thanks for all you do, man.
You're welcome. And by the way, you used to play sports when you were a kid, or baseball?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Did you mess up your shoulder?
No, I was a pitcher, but I didn't mess it up, but there's still some sort
No,
of
there's something going on there. Yeah, if you were a pitcher, there's the way that the socket is lining up feels a little bit off. If you start to feel weird tug or pull, you probably need to go to the doctor because this is going to get worse.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't go too bad.
What about career?
Mm-hmm.
What about career change?
So there's going to be a couple of options for you. I do think that by September of next year, you might have an opportunity to take over someone else's like role or position or job situation.
Okay.
It's almost like someone's stepping aside or someone's moving out of the situation, and you might have a chance to get into that. If you go into that, it's going to be a bit of a mess to clean up because I feel like it's kind of gotten a little out of control.
Okay.
I also think that that position may require you to have to get really buddy with people who are either higher up or they're like the ones that run the show. So you might have to step outside your comfort zone. It's not a bad opportunity, but there's also a opportunity for you to connect with a buddy that you've lost touch with, but you might reconnect with in a couple of years, which is why you may be moving then, because that may be, and that's a business. So he has a business and you might actually go and just join the business because it might be more sustainable for you. So you got choices. Either way, it'll work out. But I feel like the one that gives you the most flexibility is going to be the buddy with the business.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. And
you're
thanks for all you do, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Y'all take care.
All right. See you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, I am used up and I am out of energy. So I love you all. I am tomorrow. We're supposed to do the podcast. We're not doing it tomorrow just because I actually don't even like working on Halloween. I have a thing about working on Halloween, but I'm not going to be working tomorrow. So, I am working tomorrow. I have appointments, but I'm not going to be doing any extras. So I'm not going to be doing the podcast tomorrow. Next week, the election week, I'm not doing anything extra either. I don't know why I scheduled myself to work next week, but I am working. So I just have to be like strong enough to get through all of the days of work that I have. So I'm not doing any lives next week. So next week I'm taking the week off to focus just on the clients that I have booked for the week. Okay. So I will see y'all the week after that. We'll be back to normal that week. Okay. I love you all and I will see you then.